I have sent my tenant-in-common and co-owner of this house, Joyce Grisby, several dozens of cease and desist contacting me unless it has to do with the infrastructure of our home. Now she buys all this outdoor stuff for the lawns and it never uses it. It just sits outside year after year. She spends all this money on cat food. She'll have 30-pound bags of cat food. She has bird seed. She feeds all the outside birds, all the stray cats. But since I moved in with her in 2020, getting her to do the upkeep on the vehicle that we share has been a problem. She'll spend money on everything else, tons of yarn and crochet stuff that she crochets on her job, Living Resources, when she's supposed to be taking care of the disabled residents. Instead, she'll be crocheting and selling Afghans to her supervisors. She talks about her coworkers using marijuana, the neglect. Her patients at work end up in the hospital every week. They're senior citizens. Some of them are deaf and mute, and they end up getting hospitalized weekly. Even most recently, one of the residents who was being always his tube was backing up while all her and her coworkers were having fun at work, died, and these people are entrusted to her care. Look at all these huge 30-pound bags of cat food. Now, here was a problem. When I went to away in 2024, as I was boarding the plane, she's calling me to tell me that there is a major leak and a flooding in our kitchen from our upstairs bathroom. Now, I was away for another week, meeting with some friends, and then she didn't tell me that there was a leak in the house for several days. She tried to tell me on Thursday morning. I returned on Wednesday. She didn't say anything to me, but by text from work around 8:17 on Thursday morning, she tells me there's a major leak in the bathroom that I have to dump a bucket into the toilet. And I go and investigate, and I realize that the whole inside bottom of the sink cabinet is corroded, that it couldn't had just started the night before Wednesday. She always does her hair downstairs. She doesn't dye her hair. Her Tom Johnson, her hairstylist, is disabled now. He had a crane fall on him at work. And she always does her hair in the downstairs bathroom. So she waits 3 days to tell me that that's how the pipe broke. This is the second time of flooding. As you can see, emptying the bucket, there's only a little bit of water. Nothing is leaking from here. So that shows that this is a very slow leak, and PVC is very cheap. So instead of buying 30-pound bags, three 30-pound bags of cat food, you could have called your friend Sheridan to have him replace this PVC, because this is not didn't just happen last night, Wednesday, April 8th. Today is Thursday, April 9th, and if it's a leak, it's a very slow leak. So this could have been repaired. The last time I was on vacation, your friend Sheridan, the plumber, fixed the pipe that burst and flooded our whole kitchen, and the building inspector condemned the house temporarily and then came back and re-inspected it. So this is not a major infrastructure problem, but if you were saying it happened last night, you can see right now that this is a very slow leak. And for that bucket to be full to the top when I emptied it this morning for 9:26 means that it has been going on for days. So I don't know why you're saying it just happened last night. Plus, I was home yesterday afternoon. You could have texted me yesterday afternoon, or even last night. I've been home all night. Paul, you're saying it's been leaking for a while?
Oh yeah, a long while.
How's a long while?
Look at this. Look at, it's all rotted right out.
Really?
Yeah. Surprised you don't have water running downstairs.
So it couldn't have started just last night.
No. Look at the size of the.
And I've been away for a week.
Yeah, I know.
So I think somebody actually deliberately did that.
Look at the size of the hole in that fucking thing.
Where's that at? Let me see. Where are you looking? Oh, that.
Right there.
Yeah, so.
That hole is huge. It's like that big.
Yeah, there's no way that was just started last night.
No. And it's a fresh break.
It's a fresh break. So, yeah, she wanted this guy Mike to come over here and start working on the house. I said, we got Paul, we got all these other contractors. Why would I let a stranger come in here and work on the house?
Right.
You know, because she wants to try to sell, and I'm not selling.
Right.
But, so that's been a long while like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, she's trying to claim this just happened last night. She texted me today. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, we're back from Restaurant Depot. We got the parts. The floor's already been ripped out of the cabinet. We're going to replace that with new wood. And see, this couldn't wait until she decides whenever she wants to make the repair and keep dumping a bucket of water down the toilet. That won't work. Emergency repairs need to be done instead of spending $600 a month dining out at restaurants and buying 30-pound bags of cat food to feed stray cats. Look here, the repair is done. New wood is placed in the bottom of the cabinet. New PVC, the parts were $30. I paid Paul $60. And the sink is repaired. That she finally admitted that she stuck this thing down the drain and it broke the pipe. Was that deliberate or was that accidental? This is becoming crazy. I've sent her dozens and dozens of cease and desist. She'll contact me wanting to know if to leave the back door unlocked if I'm not home, wanting to know if I'm coming home tonight. Meanwhile, she's been dating this guy Mike, who on uh, Thanksgiving Eve, I pick her up from work, and she goes and tells me that she's been secretly seeing this guy for 2 months, and that she was going away October 24th through the 26th with her friend Annie, supposedly. But then she tells me in a recording afterwards that Mike was there, this guy Mike, and then she wants to have this Mike come into our house and make repairs. Uh, this guy that she's dating. I'm not dating anyone. She's been wanting to have her own bedroom and private room in the house so that she can bring him overnight. And I said, no problem. I guess she was shocked by that. But this is becoming insane. And she defrauded me with 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020 taxes of tax liens that she had against the house when she duped me into moving here, telling me all of her bills were paid. But she had all those years of tax liens, and a week after I moved here, we had a sheriff notice on the door that the house was up for sheriff's sale. So I've been defrauded since she contacted me on Black People Meet. This is her whole tax lien scam. And now she's trying to cover up with more lies and lies and lies and sabotage and trying to have defraud me and displace me from the bed I've been sleeping in for 5 years, for the almost 3 years alone, and move me out of the bedroom and take control of our car that we co-owned. And when she couldn't do that, Wells Fargo told her, I told her Wells Fargo said she can't just take the car and refinance it. Then she goes out and buys a 2026 vehicle and adds more expense onto her, but then she says she can't afford to maintain this house. This is all because on September I put my foot down and told her she can't force me to kiss her any longer or to show affection to her because she's done nothing but lie and been deceitful since I met her. This is insane, my friends.